What up, Fluff Buds? Forksy here. Time for episode 2 of Know Your Forks. But first, I have a few announcements. The first thing I want to say is I'm doing a little bit of a giveaway. I've gotten myself an extra copy of a game called Bloody Trapland. It involves a few little fairy creatures trying to escape a trapped rooms. And we're looking for a 4th player to do one of my future gaming videos. So if you want to join myself, Rusty and Mikey for a future Faux Plays video, leave a comment below, and in 2 weeks time, I'm going to put them all together and then draw out a winner. That winner will join the 3 of us on Skype and we'll all make the video together. Now, none of us have played this game before and we're leaving it that way, so when we do have this recording, we're all fresh and it should be quite a lot of fun. Secondly, my FurDU video. I know I'm late, I'm really far behind. To be honest, I'm just lazy. So I need you all to yell at me a bit, get me motivated to finish this video off. There's a lot of footage to go through, a lot of time. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I'll have it out soon, I promise, okay? Very soon. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get to your questions. How tall am I? Well, it depends where you're from. In like silly American measurements, I'm 6'3". In proper metric awesomeness, I'm 193 centimeters tall. Did I tell anybody else I was a furry when I found out that I was a furry? Well, not really that I think about it. It's a long time ago. I talked to a few friends about it and they were just thought I was weird, so I just kept it to myself kind of. But when you find other people who are interested, you talk about it more openly. Do my feet paws have paw pads or is it all just black? Well, it's all just black because they're outdoor feet and paw pads can get damaged and dirty. So here, have a look. All black. And dirty. Ah, rah! Any advice for a new fursuiter? Well, it sounds like you already have a fursuit, and I've had this question a lot, to be honest. So I should do a whole video. I actually might do a whole video about intro to fursuiting and things to watch out for, things to keep in mind. But the biggest piece of advice I can give you is have someone who knows you well to be your handler, to make sure you're hydrated, make sure you don't get too overwhelmed by people coming towards you. And just able to explain what's going on, because often you'll have too many people around you and you can get a bit confused. So what do I like better, Coke or Pepsi? Neither. I don't drink Coke or Pepsi, but I guess when it comes to brand, I do drink Pepsi drinks more than Coke drinks. I drink Solo, I drink Sunkist, so the PepsiCo brands I prefer over Coke brands. What's my orientation? I consider myself bisexual, but I am in a very serious and hopefully very long-term relationship with my girlfriend. So that's how I am in it right now. Do you think I'd visit Canada? Well, if all goes well, I'll be visiting it this year, so yes. What kind of animal am I? I'm a foxy. Rah, rah. What is my favorite dessert? I got nothing, I'm drawing a blank. I don't really have dessert often, but when I do, it's usually ice cream or jelly, so one of those two, I reckon. Do I like tea? I like iced tea and milk tea. That's about it. Black tea, green tea, oolong tea, nah. Just iced tea, mango flavored, and milk tea. How old was I when I started fursuiting? I was 29 when I got my first fursuit.
What? It just sounds like you're older now than you're in your 30s. 29 sounds younger.
Do I like video games? Well, yes. How much did my fursuit cost? I was lucky enough to get it a bit cheaper than normal because they were still developing their style. So forks cost me $1,500. Dog or cat? Fox. But kitties. I like kitties. And dogs. I love everything. I want to hug them all. What do I think about kids having fursuits? As long as they got a good handler, or their parent preferably taking care of them and making sure they're okay, I'm okay with it. What's my favorite song? It's hard to pick a favorite song. Let's go favorite artists. I like a lot of songs by Daft Punk and a lot of songs by Birds of Tokyo. They're a really good Australian band. Have you ever heard them? Check them out. What do I like to do in my spare time? Well, obviously fursuiting for one. Second would be playing video games. Third, Pokemon Go. By the way, Team Mystic. Because of blue. Or the blue. Cuddling my girlfriend. That's always fun to do? It is! Don't give me that look! I love you. What is it like being a fursuiter? It's very hot. The first thing you'll know about being a fursuiter is that it gets really hot. Other than that, it is awesome. Totally awesome. As long as you use a bit of common sense, you have the best time. You bring a lot of smiles to people's lives, and it leaves you with a good feeling that you have affected someone's life in a positive way, even if it's just a smile or a hug. That's what I love about fursuiting. Where are the good cons in Brizzy? There are no cons in Brizzy, unfortunately. There's only fur meets, but we have the weekly fur meet SBFM. That's, from what I've heard and understand, it is the biggest weekly fur meet in the world, so that's something Brisbane has. But the cons around Brisbane, there's FurDU at the Gold Coast, and apparently there's a new one I have heard wind of called Neon Fur, also at the Gold Coast. Who would be better to make your first fursuit? Autumn Fallings and Dunhub Cacti, I believe, have very long waiting lists and very highly sought after. So it depends on your style. If you like their style and you really want their style, you stick with them. You wait for their spots. You be polite about it. You don't want to be rude to them because they're very busy and they have a lot of people coming to them because they're so popular. But look around all fursuit makers, find a style you like and really want, and stick to it. Do I play video games and which ones? Yes, I do. I currently play Rocket League, Dead by Daylight. As I mentioned earlier in my announcement, I want to do a Faux Plays off Bloody Trapland. I like civilization games. I love Final Fantasy. Pretty much all of them. Almost all of them. What's my favourite genre to watch? I like action, I like comedy, I like suspense, I like drama. Like, my favourite TV shows are very much Game of Thrones. I love animations like Futurama, Archer. I love Archer. It's a great show. Do I like Pokemon? I grew up with Pokemon. I got, red and blue and yellow. I love the first gen Pokemon, so Pokemon Go is a really big, awesome time for me right now. Has anyone ever hated me for being a furry? The sad truth of this is yes. I grew up with a few friends, and when I kind of did a bit more into the furry fandom, a few of them did start to judge me a bit, and they ended up just not being friends anymore. We get a lot of hate from people we don't know, but it's always hard when you have those friends who just don't understand something you love and they can't accept it, even if you don't talk about it around them. But that's their own choice. If they don't like it, they find it too weird. I'm not going to hate them for their decision. At least they were honest. As a video maker, how do I know which songs I can use without getting copyright strikes? Well, you can use almost any song you want on YouTube as long as you don't monetize. And as long as you create your own content. If you literally just re-release a music video that they've done, they'll probably give you a strike saying this isn't your work at all. If you create your own content and put music to it, YouTube is usually okay with that. They'll just say, you can't monetize this. The person who owns the song can if they choose to, so you might get ads on your stuff, but you can't make money off that. Google search royalty-free music, YouTube search royalty-free music, you'll find a plethora of stuff, and often in their descriptions, you will see exactly what permissions you need to use that and actually allow yourself to monetize your videos with that music. What do I edit my videos with? I use Adobe Premiere CC and After Effects CC. Who's my favourite Grumpy Husk? It's a tough choice. I wonder who my favourite Grumpy Husk could be. What did I do to save for a fursuit? Well, the obvious thing, I got a job. I lived on cheap food for a while. It wasn't a great job, it barely got me by, but I worked hard, fought hard, saved as much as I could, and I was lucky enough to get my fursuit on a payment plan. I paid it off every fortnight. You're from South Australia, come to Brisbane area, it's a good thing. Brisbane area is a very nice area. Like, I live in the Brisbane area as well, like southeast Queensland area. It's not in Brisbane, but it's close enough for me to get there after a short trip. I'm not going to say where I am from, I'm sorry. Do I like the 1980s? I was born in the 1980s, so I don't remember much of it. But given the fact I was born in the 80s, I love it. I think they're great. Alright guys, that's all the questions I got from you over the past month. So I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any more, please leave comments below or on my Facebook like page. Don't forget about my giveaway for Bloody Trapland. Come play with us. I'm going to make a video about it. You could be in one of my future videos. So please leave a comment where I said. Keep an eye out for my FurDU video. It will come soon. I'm not locking in any dates yet, but soon. Alright, I'll see you all again. Bye!